I am about to take my strawberry seedlings that I have. I think I have too many in one. I have a habit of doing that, putting too many seeds in one rock wool cube. And so I'm going to transplant and then put them outside. So thought I'd just show you guys how to do this. Whoops. And we'll just go. So I soaked some more in my rock wool. I'm going to sandwich these in here. So before I do that, I have to carefully, these poor little babies, I have to carefully open it up. Let me see if I can move this down. Okay, so, all right, so I have one of my seedlings here, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to actually open it up so I can get the seedlings separated. So I'm carefully pulling it apart so that I can get all the seedlings out. So if you see there's the little roots, they're very skinny little roots here on this plant. I'm taking the rock wool apart, and you can imagine the trauma that these little plants might be going through. So I'm like a surgeon, like here's a little root here hanging, trying to get that in there and pull away the rock wool from it carefully. Not a lot of trauma, hopefully. And I went to see where I cut open the rock wool, and I laid the strawberry seedling in the middle carefully, so the roots are laying in the rock wool and the leaves are above it. And then I'm going to close it up. And then I'm going to put a rubber band around it. Wrap this down. So this is closed up. I'm going to put a rubber band around it and put it in the tower garden. Now it's trauma, so the chances of it surviving, I don't know. Statistically, I don't know. Some of them do, some of them don't. But we're going to pray and believe that this is going to be successful. Okay, so I have another little piece here. I'm laying it, sandwiching it in, leaving the roots sticking out. This one had a little bit more to it, but I didn't want to. Okay, so then I'm going to put a rubber band around it. Keep it closed. Yeah, buddy. Pray that this is helping. This works. Bless this plant. Don't be scared, little plant. Let's see if I can get I got that. So I have the roots at the bottom. I have this wrapped around it. That's looking pretty good, so I'm placing it back in the water for right now, and then I'm going to be putting it in the tower garden outside, because this is going to have to take pollination from the bees. Now, you know, I could try self-pollinating inside, but I'm not pressing my luck with this. This was my first attempt from seeds. They told me that it couldn't be done, or it would take too long or whatever. Now, this is getting hard to separate the roots. I'm trying to be very, very careful as I separate the seedling plants from one another. That looks like a lot. Put this in here in the water for a minute. Let's see what we got here. Now, when I did it before, it was separating it from taking the dirt away. So now this is still rock wool. So I'm thinking I don't have to take it all the way from all the rock wool. But this still seems like several plants. So let me try to separate this a little bit further. There we go. Okay, so I have this much. Hope that's sufficient. Lay it in there. Okay, take my rubber band. So here we have, I have a lot in here, a lot connected here, but I didn't want to separate this one any further because it was just too intertwined. So, try this. I'm going to get a little tighter at the top. Okay, this is going to be a lot more of that though. Okay, so I'm taking this here. You can see how the roots are here. And I'm just going to start peeling it carefully, opening it up, trying not to traumatize the seedlings too much. Okay, and put this part in here. This one I have soaking. So here's one from another one, and you see I have the root here, the little plant here. See the little plant here? The little plant. I don't know if you can see it. There's the little plant. So I'm going to put that, sandwich it in, and see if we can sandwich this in. We have that sandwiched in. We have this one sandwiched in. Let me see if I can get another little piece off of this. Okay, so here's another, oops, little piece. Let me see the root. Carefully, if I carefully get the root come down. A little twisted into the petal. There's the root. I'm going to put that with the other one. Easier said than done, but I think you can do it. The leaf up. There you go. Close it up. There we go. Okay, so I have that in there. Get the rubber band. Come on. There we go. Wrap it around. Twist it, wrap it around again. Okay, so we have that in there. There's another one. Okay. Now with this process, trust me, some are going to take root and some probably aren't. But that's farming for you. Closing this one up. Okay. Glad I have all these rubber bands. Okay, that's going to be like that. Looking cool. So now you can see I've been transplanting. So I've gone from having a plant that looked like this, all in one rock wall, to having a plant that looks like this in a rock wool cube. So that's quite a difference. I'm going to see if that is going to work for me. And you see I still have, oh my gosh, I still have all these to do. Plus I have half of one that's still in here. So I'm going to end up having about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 more to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I already have 11. So I'm going to get at least 2 or 3 out of each one of those. So I'm going to have enough probably to fill up my whole tower garden. Cool. I also noticed that there's still a little vermiculite surrounding some of the seedlings. So I decided that I would add a little vermiculite in the hole so it's not so floppy. So on these last ones, I'm going to see if that makes them, if it makes a difference in their, their sturdiness or whatever. Put a little vermiculite in there. I just add a little vermiculite in the hole before I close it up. That didn't seem to make a difference, but let me put a little bit here. And then put, you know what, I don't think I have this down far enough. I'll put down a little further. I notice that makes a difference also. And then I'm going to wrap it. Let's see if it makes it, see if it just makes it stand up better. I really don't know. So on this one too, I put a little vermiculite in there, closed it up. And see the hole is, you can see the hole in it. So I'm just putting a little vermiculite in the hole again, so that we have something to lean against. This is just me. Okay, so, and as you do it, you get better at it. I'm going to show you in a minute all the ones I've done. I only have like a couple more to do, so I'll show you that in a sec. Okay, so finally got finished. Didn't take that long though, guys, but look at all the seedlings I had. I had about 8 to begin with, and I showed them to you. They were kind of loaded, but I separated them into much smaller portions, and I'm going to, first I'm going to keep them under the lamplight so that they can kind of acclimate to their new environment a little bit, away from their other family members, so they can get used to that. And then I'm going to put them outside. I think I might put a few in my indoor one just to see what happens, although I don't know if I'm going to be self-pollinating. But since I have so many, I think I probably will. And the rest will go outside, and hopefully hopefully, pray with me, hopefully they will continue to live and the bees will come and we'll have strawberries. I will keep you posted.